In the article, Young proposes a possible objection to her theory of political responsibility and our moral obligations deriving from our political responsibility. The objection is as follows, quote, our relation to many of these structural processes is so diffuse, and the possibility that our own action can affect a change in outcomes is often so remote, that it is more reasonable to limit our moral concern to matters we stand in direct relation to others and can see clearly the effect of our action on them. End quote. She says that on page 16. First, notice that this objection implies the liability model of responsibility, but not on the basis of the distinction between kinds of responsibilities being false. Rather, the point is about the possibility or feasibility of the usefulness of political responsibility. It's an objection to the scale of political responsibility in relation to the scale of actual ability to act in an effort towards structural change. Here we are at the end of these recorded lectures on Young's structural injustice and political responsibility. Now, please take the time to reply to the following reflection questions. 1. What do you think of the objection to Young's concept of political responsibility? That objection claims that it is more reasonable to limit our moral concern to matters where we stand in direct relation to others and can see clearly the effect of our action on them. To what extent do you agree with this claim? And do you think Young successfully defends her account of political responsibility to this objection? 2. In general, do you agree that a different conception of responsibility is needed to address moral concerns on the level of societies or on the level of social structure? Why or why not? 3. What connections can you draw to other moral theories we've studied? For example, social contract theory, Aristotle and Mencius on living well, Rima Basu and the intersubjectivity of persons. Perhaps you see others. Name and explain 1 to 3 connections you see between Young's article and moral theories we've studied so far. And lastly, question 4. How difficult or easy did you find it to read Young's article? What do you think made it difficult or easy to understand? Please upload your responses by class time, April 8th, to the journal. That journal entry will be titled April 8, Young, Political Responsibility.